Alright, so welcome to another Flutter tutorial. So today we're going to look at one of the problem that I encounter with the new Flutter SDK. So normally when we create new project, we were given with the following autocode. So this autocode basically when we run, we get the following interface and we press this button. Sorry, we press this button and change the value. So I already changed that the button operation here, the floating button operation here, to go to the second page. Um, Normally what I did is that I don't use the default autocode here because it seems very long, so you need to delete all those command. So I will just remove and replace with mainpage, and it basically give you with the following and much shorter stateless widget. And from here, if you want to use a stateful widget, we just use the refactor and convert to stateful widget. Alright, so this is what happened. Of course, when we change the parent widget, so we need to stop and rerun everything back, and then the application, the code will produce the following layout with just a simple material app layout with text at the center, hello world text. So that is fine, but then again, the problem is that if I create a second layout and I want to go to that second layout from this page. So let's say I just want to have a button here, erase button, and then inside erase button you're going to have one on press method. So we just give the name of the method, go to second page, go to second page, okay, and then we just create a child for text for labeling for the button, page 2, and then we create method for this, create method, go to the second page, and here just reformat the code, and from here we just use navigator to move from this page, from current page to second page. So for the second page here, just a simple page again. This is a stateless widget. I just created here by using mainapp, so nothing fancy. So since this is second page, I would like this page to inherit the main page. So there's nothing fancy there. Let's remove the run method, and then this second page method basically will straight away go to the second page. Right, sorry, the name here should change to second page class, and then we can import from here. We just import from our main page. Okay, just import library second dot. Alright, it should work now, but I'm having this problem, you can see. So let me stop this, run. You're going to see the problem with this. That's not supposed to happen. Before this, the code worked just well. Just a simple navigator push to the second layout. Okay, so you'll be given with your main page, and then just press this button to go to second page. then you get this error. Navigator operation request is a contact that does not include navigator. It does seems that the current contacts of this layout, they don't pass to the second to this layout. So this navigator dot push here, so I can see this is where the error started. Navigator push contacts, which is the current contact of this class, and then push from this contact to second page. So that is the thing. Normally it just work with no problem, but I'm not quite sure what's going on with the latest update, which now produce this error. So apart from that, even if you try to use let's say if you want to use toast, just a simple toast, right? So for example, if you just want to use toast, just a simple toast, nothing fancy. So let me create one. Let me just import toast into this project, wait for a while and see. Yeah, toast is okay now. Import, and then let's just take the code here, import package toast dot, put it into our import section here, and then to use it we just take one simple toast, which is, let's say, just replace this code here and change to toast. Alright, test toast. So since this is a new widget, we need to rerun again. Sometimes they don't import into the project, so we have to restart the application, reinstall the application back. Alright, so by right it should work because we just call this method, and then the method should execute this toast without any problem, which is weird. Alright, let's see. When I press this button, wait up. So there you go. Sorry, yeah. You see this long arrow here that saying the assertion error, unhandled exception, overlay, fail assertion, overlay equal null. So this kind of error is very weird error. So how do we get around this error? Okay, alright, so what we have to do now is to go back to our first autocode provided by Flutter whenever we create new project. So we will work from here. So this is only valid for the first page, for your main page. So your main page should contain the following code. Yeah, for now we go back to the main page. So we have this. So if we don't want this floating button, we can just remove this. But first, because the code is pretty long, so we just remove all the comment and leave all the basic code that is needed. Alright, so go ahead and remove all the comment in the code so that it is much easier for us to modify from here. So since I'm not going to use floating button, so remove that floating button. Right, so we will be leaving with this basic code. Alright, save the project and reformat the code. So what we have now is the basic code. So this is stateless widget. So if we want to use stateful widget, we can just format from here, refactor to stateful widget. So we get ourselves a stateful widget. And then for the increment counter here, so since we remove the floating button, we can have our button here. We remove one tags, another tags here. So let's say we have a raise button, and then inside raise button we have on press. So we can just call. Now we want to change the name of the method here. Go to second page. Go to second page. So this is the name of the method now. So this button here on press, put it into label for the button using tags. Press me, and then there's no need for counter, and save. Alright, so now we should be able to use this button to move to the second layout. So no error at all for this application. Mid-app shortcut cannot be used from our main page. You can use on the second page, should be no problem. So let's say we create another page here. Let's say third page. So I'm going to create new class here. So this is our third dot. Alright, so here we give it made app here. So we don't have to use void run and call our class third layout. That's it. This is third layout, right? And then within this third layout, we can just create another button. So the same button, raise button, but for this I'm going to go to third page, right? So create this method, and inside this method is just our material, our navigation to the third page. Oh, should name third page. Let me rename that class third page. Right, so third page. Okay, so second page, third page, reformat the codes, save, and then we have the second button here. So go to the third layout, go to the second layout. Only the main page need this layout, need this code. Before this it worked just fine. I'm not sure which part of this or which section of the code changes. I didn't compare enough. I don't think so. There's not much different with the code, but if we are using this, it should work just fine. So coming back to toast, let me try to use toast for this on our main page. So let me import toast. So we have the toast already imported, and then we just call this toast, and let's say our third page layout here, we change this to toast page, third page. Okay, so let's say go back, save, and then there you go, it works. So that is what is going on with the error that when we use mid-app for main page or even the stateful widget. So we need to work from the autocode given, and then if we want to use stateful widget, we just reformat the code into stateful widget. So again, let me show you. This is the main this is our main page. So if we use the mateapp just to simplify things, and try to change this to stateless, stateful. So from here, let's say we have a button, raise button, and we want to go to second page. On press, go to second page, and then child text second page. So create a method down here, and then we use navigator, just a simple navigator. Let me take my code, which is here. Go to the second page and import second dot, format the code again, try to reload application, go to the second page. This would happen to the application, which is navigator operation request with a contact error here. So I believe there's something wrong with the contact, but the solution is that we just work from the autocode given by Flutter, but the rest of the layout should be fine. We can just we can straight away create a page by using mateapp plugin, which is very fast to create new layout, and then we can just work from there for the operation. Alright, so that is for the error, the navigation error or navigator error, which I suspect because of the contact or the descendant of the navigator widget and missing the contact. I'm not 100% sure, but so far the only workaround is by using this the autocode provided by Flutter, and it should work just fine. This should work just fine. So to reload again, the page, second page, no error. Alright, so that is all for this session.